Have you ever chased happiness only to find it eluding your grasp like a butterfly flitting away? Many of us fall into the trap of believing that happiness is a destination, a place we arrive at after achieving certain milestones, a dream job, a loving partner, financial security. But what if I told you that happiness is not a destination, but a journey, a continuous process of rewiring our brains for greater joy, contentment, and well-being? Happiness is not merely a fleeting emotion, it is a state of being that can be cultivated and nurtured over time. It is a fundamental human experience that profoundly impacts every aspect of our lives, from our mental well-being to our physical health. When we are happy, we are more resilient in the face of challenges, able to bounce back from setbacks with greater ease and optimism. We become more creative in our thinking, finding innovative solutions to problems that once seemed insurmountable. Happiness also fosters deeper connections with ourselves and others, strengthening our relationships and building a supportive community around us. We experience greater physical health, enhanced immune function, and increased longevity. Our bodies respond positively to the joy we feel. I vividly recall a time in my own life when I was grappling with significant stress and anxiety. My work felt overwhelming, my relationships felt strained, and I felt a constant sense of unease. It was a period marked by sleepless nights and a pervasive sense of worry. It was during this challenging period that I discovered the transformative power of mindfulness and began incorporating daily meditation into my routine. This simple practice brought a profound sense of peace and clarity, helping me navigate through life's difficulties with a renewed sense of purpose and joy. To my surprise, as I cultivated a sense of presence and acceptance through mindfulness, I began to notice subtle changes in my daily life. It wasn't just about sitting quietly, it was about bringing that sense of calm and awareness into every moment. I noticed a gradual yet profound shift in my overall well-being. My stress levels decreased, my relationships improved, and I found myself more present with loved ones. The small moments of joy became more frequent and more intense. I felt a renewed sense of joy and contentment. It was as if the world had become a brighter, more welcoming place. This transformation didn't happen overnight, but with consistent practice, the changes were undeniable. This experience taught me that happiness is not a fixed state, but rather a garden we can cultivate through intentional practices and a shift in perspective. Just like a garden, it requires effort, patience, and care. Just as a gardener tends to their plants, providing them with nourishment, sunlight, and care, we too can cultivate happiness by nurturing our minds and brains. This involves engaging in activities that bring us joy, practicing gratitude, and being kind to ourselves. So too can we cultivate happiness by nurturing our minds and brains. Taking time to reflect, learn, and grow is essential. Journaling, reading, and spending time in nature are all ways to nourish our inner garden. This is where the incredible concept of neuroplasticity comes in. Our brains are capable of changing and adapting, forming new connections and pathways. By consistently practicing positive habits, we can literally reshape our brains to support a happier, healthier mindset. Rewiring your brain for happiness. The power of neuroplasticity. Neuroplasticity refers to the brain's remarkable ability to change and rewire itself throughout our lives. This means that our brains are not static, but dynamic and ever-changing. For many years, scientists believed that the brain was relatively fixed after childhood. They thought that once we reached a certain age, our neural pathways were set in stone. However, we now know that our brains are constantly adapting and evolving in response to our experiences, thoughts, and behaviors. This discovery has revolutionized our understanding of the brain. Just as lifting weights strengthens our muscles, engaging in positive experiences and practices can strengthen the neural pathways associated with happiness, resilience, and well-being. This means that we have the power to shape our own brains. Research has shown that practices like mindfulness, gratitude, acts of kindness, and savoring positive experiences can actually change the structure and function of our brains. These practices can lead to long-lasting improvements in our mental health. For example, studies have found that regular mindfulness practice can increase the gray matter density in the hippocampus, a brain region associated with learning, memory, and emotional regulation. This means that by practicing mindfulness, we can enhance our cognitive and emotional well-being. Cultivating happiness, a journey of choice and practice. The empowering truth is that we have a choice. We can choose to focus on negative thoughts and experiences, which will only strengthen the neural pathways associated with negativity, stress, and unhappiness. Or we can choose to cultivate positive experiences, focus on gratitude, practice kindness, and savor moments of joy, thereby rewiring our brains for greater happiness and well-being. If you found this video helpful, please share it with your friends, subscribe to our channel, and leave a comment below. Your support helps us create more content to inspire happiness.